Many years ago, one of my employees, when I was working at the hospital, went on 2-week vacation. That was okay. Everyone gets vacation from work. However, within a couple of days after she had left, one of the people who sat next to her started smelling some stuff. And it was time to go look in her drawer to see what was in there. And in one of the drawers, she had all types of food. I mean, it was amazing how much food was in there. And some of it had open bags, and then some of it was fruit, and that's the stuff that it really started to smell. And you just saw all kind of crumbs and everything down in the bottom of the drawer, and that was pretty nasty. Now, as nasty as that wasn't the scariest thing. Decided to look through the rest of the drawers, and what we found is that she had a lot of work that she wasn't able to get to. She was a pretty good worker, but she wasn't one of the fast people. And so what she did, instead of letting us know that she had work that she couldn't complete before she went on vacation, is she just stuffed it all in all of her drawers. I guess she figured that when she got back that she would try to catch up and get it all done. The problem was that most of the work that we did was work that involved other people's money. In essence, we have these things in healthcare to call explanation of benefits. Y'all know them, and sometimes we call them, different things depending on what hospital you're at. But in essence, it's when an insurance company sends you a check and then they tell you how much to put on each person's bill. So you really want to get that in there as quick as you can, so you can either bill the secondary insurance or send the balance to the patient, or if it's totally paid off, then you get it off your books and everything goes good. You don't want that kind of thing lingering for 2 weeks. Well, she had tons of this stuff, and it was just all stuck in her drawer. And so I had to, disperse it to everyone else to make sure that we got caught up on that. And it wasn't something we expected to do. Luckily, I had a pretty crack staff otherwise, so we were able to get that going. But it was interesting because, one, I had a supervisor who was kind of supposed to be over her, but the supervisor didn't know, and I was the guy in charge, and I never knew that she had this kind of thing. Sure, I knew she ate and snacked at her desk. I mean, okay, who doesn't every once in a while? But it never occurred to me that she had that kind of food, that much food, and that, she was just doing that with the food and with the work. One of the things as a leader, you don't want people putting work in their desk. Files, maybe notes and everything, but work, you don't want stuff being hidden. But that's one of those kind of things that told me that leaders don't always know what's going on. You can ask all the questions you want to, but sometimes there's just no way you can know what's going on. And I bring this up because over the past few years, we've had CEOs of some organizations where some really nasty stuff has gone on. And in some of those cases, we know that the CEO didn't know. There's no way the CEO could know, but they're the person on top and they took the hit for it. Now, that's worth billions of dollars, and those folks got paid, tens of millions to leave. So there's, I'm not really showing a lot of sympathy toward that, but we don't always know. And I'm one of those people who doesn't totally agree with the thing about the buck stops here that Harry Truman used to have, because once you have so many people, it's just impossible to know exactly what everyone does. Yet, you need to have something in place, which I thought I had by having supervisors. You have to have something in place so you can try to catch things and know a little bit more about what's going on than you did. Now, after that incident, we did. I set up something where the supervisors had the right every couple of weeks to go to someone and say, okay, what do you have in your desk? Because we wanted to make sure work was getting done. If I had to redistribute the workload, then I needed to know that. And the supervisors needed to know if someone's going on vacation, okay, tell me everything that you have so that we can share with everyone else. After all, that's what I set up the system I had to do, so that if someone went on vacation, we could shift their work to someone else and we would stay caught up. So I just, put this out there to let you know that if you're a leader, you have to try to know as much as you can. But if there are things that you don't know that's going on, that there's just no way you can, don't beat yourself up on it. Just try to find ways to alleviate that so that it doesn't happen again, at least that particular thing. Anyway, I'm Mitch Mitchell. I hope y'all have a wonderful week.